Right team, so I'm just about to do my meal prep for the week and I have just been to Tesco and bought all of my food. So what I want to quickly share with you in this video is what my weekly food shop looks like and what I buy in. I personally don't go with a specific shopping list, but I know I need to buy things like a certain amount of proteins, a certain amount of greens and a certain amount of carbohydrates. And then what I do is I go home and I cook off all the meats for the next few days and I make up the dishes I want to make, each one having the exact same quantity of protein split across. And then I will sit and work out what I'm actually going to eat on what days and with what carbohydrate add on. So all this means is I've been doing this for quite a long time, so for me I can be a little bit more flexible. I know I've always got about 130 grams of protein and I know what that roughly looks like across 4 or 5 meals. I right now have about 250 grams of carbs, so again I know what that looks like, and I have about 45 grams of fat. So the fat one generally for me tends to be the trickiest. So I like to try and buy as many lean meats as possible. However, I do try and get some salmon in there and some steak mince because I want to try and keep my iron levels up and keep my omega levels up. I use a lot of supplements and that will be covered in a separate video, but for this one right now I just want to show you what a shop looks like, and then at the end I'm going to show you all the meals I've turned this shop into. We have a bag of oats, which is super simple and they don't take much preparation time. Right now I'm using full eggs, so I'm quite bad for not always buying egg whites. I will just remove the yolk from the eggs in here and weigh out the white as it comes from the fresh egg. Coconut milk, so it's up to you whether you use coconut, whether you use soy, whether you use almond, as long as you're consistent in tracking it. Even if you're using green milk, blue milk, red milk, it's completely up to you, but you just have to remember to track the calories. Carbs, potatoes, rice, packets for quickness, Uncle Ben's of course, bagels, I'm still on the full bagels right now, I haven't quite switched to the bagel thins yet, and a small loaf of bread. Last but not least, buy in bulk, a big bag of pasta. As for veggies, I use sugar snap peas, big bag of spinach, and we've got some broccoli. So for me, this veg will probably only do me until Thursday, and I will go to the shop on my way to work on Thursday and buy some more fresh veggies. I've also got some mushrooms which I will track when I'm putting them in dishes because they're not green, so therefore they are trackable, but they are also classified as a veg. We then have some saving grace, so tins of tuna. I try and stack up on tins of tuna on a week-to-week basis. If you come in at night and you are 30 grams short on protein, this bad boy here sorts you right out. There's one away. Also for quickness on the go, onto meats, I buy pre-ready-made cooked chicken. So this pack's 360 grams. I'll split that into 3 servings of 120. Other meats, we've got lean steak mince. So I buy the 5% because again, less calories. I have bought some bacon medallions. Now, I like bacon medallions until I get further into prep and then I'll switch it to turkey rashers. Turkey rashers are definitely better on the calories and they're high in protein and they're so minimal in fat, but I do really like these, so I'm keeping them in my diet for as long as I can. Good old chicken breast, ready to add some seasoning to and flavour up. And then we've got a couple of fillets of salmon. We've got some blueberries here and I've got some frozen ones already in the freezer. So my frozen berries I use for oats and stuff at night, or if I can, I'll keep them fresh because they taste much, much better. Some cooking essentials. So this week I've decided that I'm going to make some chilli. So I bought a tin of chopped tomatoes and a tin of kidney beans. I've got plenty of spices and seasoning already in my kitchen, so everything else I'll add to all of these meals will be from herbs and stuff that I've already got lying about. So for this one I have the sesame seeds, the onion, the sesame oil, teriyaki sauce and the red wine vinegar in the cupboard, and I've obviously just bought the chicken and the mushrooms and I'm going to make that into a kind of chicken teriyaki. You can add some chilli to this as well, but my stomach doesn't like chilli, so I'm not going to add the chilli to it, but I would advise if you were making this you would stick some chillies into the mix. Right, so for the chilli we've got our steak mince, and then I'm going to add it in with the chopped tomatoes and some kidney beans which I've also just bought. And then already at home we had chilli powder, paprika, black pepper, cumin, oxo cube and some salt. So for the salmon, I'm lucky I have some feta and some butter in the fridge and some parsley already there, and then I've got some pasta. So I'm just going to make a bit of a pasta dish and crumb some of the feta and just use a little bit of the light butter to just give it a little bit of a creamier texture. Alright, so we've made some chili. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 portions of that. And then we've got some pasta. There's only 15 grams of feta in that with some courgette. And then we've just added some flavour to the salmon. We never needed to use the butter. So we've got 2 portions of that. And then we've got some sticky chicken teriyaki there. And I'm about to have a portion just now with some Thai sweet chilli rice and some green beans on the side.